So in Tennessee, we've had a situation. Great, we had a situation occur over. Wow, we had a situation occur over the course of the beginning of this month, where it turns out the Republicans there misjudged. They misjudged just exactly how much the nation would pay attention and how much the voters in their state would pay attention to the treatment they gave to fellow representatives who were protesting in favor of gun reform, which is a reasonable thing, I would think, considering the fact that there was just a mass shooting at a school in Tennessee. Well, it turns out it didn't go so hot, and now they're infighting over the handling of that. And let's just drink this tea, baby. Let's enjoy it, because it is delightful to watch. Check out this coverage by TYT.
The only way we move forward with some sort of unity is to call out what happened on the House floor the other night. Yes, sir. I feel like we were hung out to dry by a couple of members. And Jody, I'm just going to say it here because you signed the letter. You straight up came to me and said you were 100% where I was. And you went on the House floor and you did the opposite. Man, you hung us out to dry. And I like you personally. This is not personal. And if Brian Terry was here, I'd say the same thing to him. This would have been bad anyway, but good God, we brought the racism into it. Because
This would have been bad anyway. Oh, let's just enjoy this. This is again, by the way, the Tennessee Howler. We featured him on the show here before, and I'm delighted that now the the damage report is featuring some reporting by the Tennessee Howler. Great account.
she didn't stay with us.
That's the same. That's the same outlet. F it. As long as we're pausing this, let's just do it proper. The Tennessee Howler is that same group that showed the Matt Walsh testimony that was so embarrassing. Really a great organization. Follow them on social media by all means.
But I need to know, and I don't want to hear why there wasn't a preponderance of evidence or an attorney. I need to know why you flipped your vote at the last minute. You didn't let them know beforehand. Giving Johnny a 15-minute heads up doesn't cut it.
So that person that's being lambasted right there had voted to expel the two Justins, but then flipped and was the one vote necessary to stop Glory Johnson from being knocked out there. And they are furious. You hung us out to dry.
Well, listen, y'all are getting on me for voting to preserve Miss Johnson's seat, but someone came to me, a constituent, and said, listen, now that's a white woman. I understand what you're doing with these two uppity fellas, but it will break my heart if you were to use your authority to assault a white woman. Will make us look racist. Yeah, because you motherfuckers are.
You didn't give us enough warning. You said you were on it, and I'll even believe that that's true. They'd previously said that they would vote for all three. But what I love, the best part of that, and we have another video, but the money quote from that is, it was gonna be bad, but you made it worse. Follow-up question, why was it gonna be bad? Maybe because it was bad? Like, why do you think people were gonna freak out that you were throwing out two of the youngest legislators in the state? Why do you think that was going to have a negative reaction, and why is it so much worse? Now, the fact that racism has been brought into this, as we'll get into, I don't think that vote was what brought racism into it. I think it took away a little bit of your cover. I think that you considered Gloria Johnson to be a convenient sacrifice to provide some cover against accusations of racism, but you would have never been in this situation for it to be bad, let alone worse, if not for the racism inherent in the situation. Brett, what do you think?
God, I love leaked audio so much because the good guy's not the good guy in this situation. The one that voted against throwing her out did it for like the pettiest, dumbest reasons in conjunction with that was basically like, you guys didn't let me ask questions. Now, it is decent. The questions he was asking were like, hey, can I draw a line from what happened to why we're kicking her out and follow all the legal steps, is what he's complaining he didn't get a chance to really pin down. But yeah, everyone in this story sucks farts, which is my favorite segment on Happy Half Hour. Everybody sucks. They are all sitting there being like, the only way this would have worked is if we all did it together, so they couldn't single out any one of us for being the worst. And one guy steps back because he didn't like get called on. And suddenly we're able to say, you know what? The only people that got kicked out of here were young black men, and you let the older white woman stay.
What is so fitting about that is that really is how racism works for real in America. Like when it's not orchestrated, when it's not showy racism, when it's not like, oh, I'm going to blow this whistle and some of you will know what I mean. No, that's how it really works. It ends up being that all the breaks happen to go to one group of people. Every time. It's a coin can be flipped and land either way. It just so happens to come up white. Real shameful behavior. Let's let the damage report crew just keep nailing these punks.
It's bad optics. They know it because it's so clear. And watching these guys talk about how they're saving the republic in the rest of this clip is just the weird sanctimony that has popped up and is definitely fascist, and because they're actually breaking the rules and pretending they're enforcing them, because they could have just censured these people and instead of kicking them out, which was an insane thing to do when the purpose of the protest was to protect children's lives, which is something that I thought the Republicans were all about.
Yeah, but only against illusory threats. You brought up that other video though, so why don't we move now to that, the leaked audio.
We voted, I hit the green vote because that's what I'm there for. Then we get into the floor again, and immediately the questions start coming up about the resolution. I know what she did. I know what she did, broke the rules. And I know that she deserves to be expelled. We got to do it right.
I think the problem I'm having is if we don't stick together, if you don't believe we're at war for our republic, with all love and respect to you, you need a different job. The left wants Tennessee so bad because if they get us, the Southeast falls.
I'll tell you, I hadn't even considered Tennessee as a ripe target for left gittery. But hearing these punks be so nervous about it tells me Tennessee's a ripe target for left gittery. And according to the opposition there, if we're successful, the Southeast falls. Okay, new target, folks. We're going to turn Tennessee true blue, baby. You watch. We are going to use this. We're going to enjoy the moment. And at the very least, this bright red state is going to be one we make them fight for. Delighted to hear that they're scared. They should be, because now we're coming for you.
And it's game over for the Republic.
That is amazing. So we're in a war for the Republic against people speaking through bullhorns. It's a regular, attack on Pearl Harbor type of moment. And then also, so like they'll talk about it being like about these bigger things. Like this is about the Republic. This is about saving things. But also the left wants Tennessee. So he voted to expel them. So presumably the way that you stop the left getting Tennessee is to expel Democratic members of the legislature. Wait, I thought this was a principled stand. It seems like you just want to stop Democrats from having representation because you want Tennessee to be Republican. Like again, he is revealing what the actual motivations. It's not about the rules being broken. It's not about the bullhorn. It's wait, we have an opportunity to potentially get rid of some Democrats, even though they didn't stop to think about it for the 5 minutes necessary to figure out, wait, what happens after we expel them? Oh, they become members immediately and we dramatically raise their national platform and profile. But anyway, that's it. It was a callous political decision that they believed would increase their power, but is obviously going to have the opposite result. Brett, final point goes to you.
It is a high school like lunch table type conversation. But on Wednesdays we wear swastikas for these little fascists. And what hilarious is that this guy Sapicki,
it's a great name
like
for Greece, by the way.
He was he's a football player from he was on the practice squad as a punter for like the Vikings and the Bengals, which is hilarious because he's in like state legislature stuff doing like total practice squad level like hijinks, bad news bears performances, and it really shows. I wish so he also chose to punt on the issue of throwing out the white lady.
For more political news break.
So close to being smooth. Yeah, I'm enjoying the suffering of the Tennessee Republicans. I'm loving the fact that it would appear that Justin Jones, Justin Pearson, and Gloria Johnson are now rising stars, and rightly so. They have done the kind of activism that makes a difference. Truly it does. And they put their jobs on the line to do so. And what a payoff it had. Let me ask you something. How much good do you think they could have done in that legislature? Not ruffling feathers, just showing up and putting in their vote. Functionally, in terms of changes to laws that are made, not much. But when you're that outnumbered, you may as well take some risks. And I was delighted to see that they did, and I am betting they earned votes. That kind of behavior is delightful to see. We're going to have a look at what the Wicked community has to say in a moment.